Greetings again, friends. It's good to be able to send a video greeting to you. I hope that you are finding them helpful. And it's been wonderful to gather together in worship on Sundays, and look forward to doing that again this coming Sunday. This Sunday, I'm going to continue on the theme of standing firm in a culture of compromise. As in the morning, we'll look through the book of Daniel and just marvel at Daniel's faith and conviction and faithfulness as he stands firm in a very different culture, as he's under the rule of King Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, in a strange land with strange customs, and a culture that is seeking to squeeze him into their mold, to brainwash him into Babylonian thinking, culture, idolatry, and paganism. I think in many ways we can probably resonate with Daniel somewhat, as we live in a world that sometimes wants to squeeze us into its own mold, to change our values to the values of the world that don't necessarily always align with the values of the kingdom of God. God calls us to be his people and to demonstrate his values of kindness and compassion and love and grace, but also of truth and righteousness, and sometimes that can be difficult. And there may be times when we find ourselves in those difficult positions where the values that we hold in the kingdom of God clash with the values of those around us. How do we respond? How do we remain faithful? Well, that's what we'll be exploring through Daniel in the morning and in various passages in the evening service, to try and encourage us to keep our eyes firmly fixed on the kingdom of God. In Matthew's Gospel, of course, the Sermon on the Mount contains those very challenging words of Jesus. And in the midst of all of the things that the world is trying to squeeze us into, Jesus says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else will fall into its right perspective." So that's our challenge, to keep our eyes focused on the things of God, to be in the world, a part of the world around us, but not of the world, to be light and salt in our community as we demonstrate God's grace and mercy, as we seek to be people of hope and of comfort in a world that sometimes is breaking up in chaos and anxiety, particularly in these days as we've experienced the impact of the viral pandemic that's going on in the world around us. I'm hoping that we can be people of hope and comfort and grace and peace in these sorts of environments. So I look forward to sharing with you on Sunday, if you can make it. And I would encourage you to read through Daniel chapter 2. There's a great prayer in Daniel chapter 2, as Daniel bears witness to the one and only God in the court of King Nebuchadnezzar. And he says, "Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He sets up kings and disposes them. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things and knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him." That's a great prayer to pray, and we can pray it for ourselves, that as we seek to be light and salt in our community, that we can be confident in a God who is in control and who gives his people the power to stand firm and to be faithful followers of Jesus. So I hope you have a great weekend and a great week. May God bless you as you seek to be standing firm in our very challenging times.